At least 25 people are dead after tornadoes ripped through Tennessee overnight. The storm's leaving behind extensive damage today. That's where we start. I'm Connor Ward.
And I'm Mike Black. Fox News correspondent Steve Harrigan has more from Nashville.
Deadly tornadoes tear through Nashville and central Tennessee early Tuesday. The number of fatalities rapidly increased as crews searched through debris. The twisters caused extensive damage. They destroyed dozens of buildings and homes, tearing off roofs and uprooting trees. Residents say the damage is devastating.
I mean, we've been through lots of tornado warnings and never thought that this would happen.
Some homes are almost unrecognizable following the tornadoes. The storms also downed power lines, blocking off streets and leaving thousands without electricity. Emergency shelters opened to help displaced residents. Tennessee's governor declared a state of emergency amid the devastation.
Folks like this that surround this in an effort to help, that's hope in the midst of hopelessness. So I look forward to seeing that happen.
The National Weather Service says the tornadoes came from a line of storms stretching from Alabama into western Pennsylvania. Tornado warnings were also issued for Alabama, the system bringing rain and lightning along with it.
We couldn't get out, and so I just kept kicking and kicking until we finally made a hole.
President Trump says the White House is offering assistance. He plans to visit Tennessee Friday.
FEMA is already on the ground. We send our love and our prayers of the nation to every family that was affected.
Tennessee is also part of Super Tuesday. Several polling places have been shut down due to damage. In Nashville, Steve Harrigan, Fox News.
And for ways to help victims of the storms, you can find information on our website, rocketcitynow.com, or our new WZDX app.